as we slide on into the room. We're live in both places. Praise God, amen.
Yes, we are.
Hello. What's going on, YouTube fam? What's up, Instagram fam? Y'all, it's been a whole lot of going on, so we're going to try to get right on into the mess.
Yes.
Right at the top of the show, we do a bit of pop culture. So if you're on Instagram and you're watching us, please remember that it is on YouTube that you can see the whole show.
Yes.
So, girls, casting issues for our dating shows down to the DMV. So friend of the show, shout out to Joy, posted this in her stories today. And basically, Love is Blind is trying to cast for their new season in the DMV, and they cannot find any people to come. And Joy's basic thing was just kind of like, ain't nobody trying to risk their clearance for that because you got to take off 6 weeks. And I was like, come on, sis. You had to say
no,
that
people in DC got real jobs. They not playing around with this stuff. They like, girl, I need to be able to go back to work, honey.
Hello. And not only that, like, listen, who got time to be taking off 6 weeks to just be pussyfooting around? A lot of times
that's why they kept getting all them rejects on Ready to Love, because it was like all the good people in DC are not risking their government clearance for that shit. So
that's not at all. Not at all. But yeah, it explains a lot as to why, like you said, we got all them rejects in damn DC. Yeah. Ready to Love. So, child, you know what? I'm trying to run through this show. We didn't even introduce ourselves. Hey, this is Black and Curious. We are live every Monday. I am Dehjai.
I am Kandron. Yes.
Girls, if you're new here.
Content every single week.
Thank you. Get us together, Kandron.
Are you having a cocktail?
Girl, no, that might be why my brain is foggy. This was the problem last time.
I am. I'm just having some Prosecco with, I had some of that Casamigos mixer stuff left, and it was like guava ginger flavor. And then I gave it a little blood orange liqueur. I recorded it too, but I had an ashy hand when I recorded it yesterday. So
you might have to make it black and white.
We have to try to cut around it, y'all.
Or just make it black and white, y'all. But yes, if y'all are new here, we tell you what we're drinking. We break down the reality shows that we are interested in talking about, because not all of them is interesting, baby. No. And on the main channel, we do a bit of pop culture and life and how all those things meet in between. Since I skipped all of that, this is the show.
Yeah. Okay.
What up, Sherry girl? Welcome to the party. All right, back to the mess, shall we?
Yes.
Okay, so blast from the past. Brother Batman from Immature. There's been a whole lot of hoopla and falderall going on in the TikTok streets, and now that has kind of traipsed over into Instagram. Basically, they are questioning the relationship between he and his wife and how they came to be.
Yeah.
Thanks, Sherry. Listen. My man he was 38 when he married her at 18. That man was old enough to be her father. So, like, these are the issues that I have, right?
I was giving groomer vibes. So go ahead.
Girl, we're going to get there. We're not there yet. As a long time stan from like way back when, it's breaking my heart to see him in this position. Like, friend, what is going on? Who is in your community? Who in your pocket that's talking to you and telling you that this shit is okay? Because, like, literally, he's old enough to be that girl's father. That shit is crazy.
He was basically like, we never took it there until she was over 18. Like, I know her since she was 17, but we never took it there until 18. And I'm just like, did you? Okay.
Listen, the girls over on TikTok is doing exposés, okay? They is really pouring into this shit. They didn't pull up the homegirl. She was allegedly a runaway and had like a runaway missing teen record or whatever. They didn't pull that up. The girl was like there for all of however many months, and then became best friends with the alleged predator, Chris Stokes, which was the manager of Immature, and all the children that came behind him.
He's had predatory allegations before, so
child, it is really a mess. But like the thing that I found the most interesting is the fact that they I remember when he posted hers, like 2018, something like that. And the TikTok girlies found that basically he posted them being in a relationship after her only having just turned 18, like maybe 5 months. All of 5 months, she had just turned 18, and now they're together. And then soon after that, they were getting married. So yeah, to your point, Kandron, it is giving groomer vibes. It's disgusting.
Giving you faster vibes.
I mean, well, in this
there's been a bunch of stories like that have come up over the years of
Sherry said on the Instagram streets, it's giving maybe the boy from B2K ain't lying. And it wasn't just him, it was him and his brother that came out and said all of that stuff.
Yeah, but it's been multiple stories about youth pastors doing this kind of stuff too. It's like, oh, we didn't cross the line until she was 18. Yeah, but she was under your spiritual care from 15. So
it's just trifling. My thing is like, what do you have in common? You almost 40 years old. What you got in common with an 18-year-old girl?
Nothing.
And like this interview, he's saying like, oh, like she's like me, and we had so much. Like, what do you have in common? How, Sway? Like that
goes back to our previous conversation that we had about being impressionable. Mm-hmm. The girlies being impressionable. Because that's the only thing that you could be looking for, okay?
It's gross. And I'm just like, I put this on our Instagram stories a couple of weeks ago. I'm still very disappointed. Because like, again, long time. I just knew as a youth that I was gonna marry this man. Okay. Yeah, no, problematic as hell. All right, on to the next.
Nerd. Girl, can you just flip this one? For the girlies that are on on Instagram, she done popped up a picture of Clarence Thomas, and I just want to move on.
He looks like a toad.
In the legal profession, I would with legal profession credentials, I'd just like to move on. Okay? I'd like to move on.
I don't know how to tell him what the tea is.
Go ahead, Tro. Oh,
I'm gonna wrap it up, making sure it's sweet. Basically, the title here basically says a lifetime appointment is crazy in 2023. I totally agree with that. Especially now that there are allegations coming out against Clarence Thomas for some alleged misusage of donor funds. So this is coming from CNBC News. Right now, Clarence Thomas is under investigation for luxury trips taken and funded by, again, a Republican mega donor. There's a hearing to come in the next couple of days, and they're wanting to either restore the confidence in the Supreme Court and their ethical standards, or like make some new legislation around that. The Democrats are also in a position of considering what new legislation could be created to resolve the issue. But we're going to see how this all turns out. It's just crazy.
Here's the thing that wears me out is because, okay, as an attorney, you have a code of ethics. So their code of ethics is like not even close to what we have to uphold as actual attorneys. We talked about this in an upcoming conversation, actually talking about code of conduct for attorneys in specific. But the things that they get away with as the Supreme Court is ridiculous, incredibly crazy. And this is not even the first story that's come out in the last several months, I would say. There was another big story that broke about the Roe v. Wade situation, and that Hobby Lobby, which was another decision pertaining to women's rights. It was pertaining to birth control. The Hobby Lobby decision had gotten leaked before from some basically Republicans who decided that they were going to like plant someone inside of the Supreme Court to become friends and chummy with the justices, and they're getting inside information. Like, that's not how this works. That should not be how it works. So I agree. At this juncture in life, period,
he's in his golden years. He need to be set down somewhere. You're 74 years old, Papa.
Not to mention with the issues with his wife, who was coordinating January 6th. He got all kinds of stuff going on. I actually listened to a podcast today about this, and it actually tied in really well, like all of the other issues that are going on. If you can handle the Supreme Court nerdiness of it all, it's called the podcast is called Amicus with Dahlia Lithwick, and she goes through all of the decisions, and she specifically talks about his conflicts of interest and all of those things, and how all of these things have shaped the court in current years. So if that's something you're interested in, pop over there and give Dahlia a listen, y'all.
Listen, at this point, I'm just like, every day is something crazy going on. And like the whole purpose of us doing the reality recaps is to keep it light and funny. But like stuff like this, I just like, what the hell is happening?
Yeah. And it's just so much. But yes, I agree. Lifetime appointments should not be for absolutely anybody. I don't think that, because honestly, what's happening, and this includes, I feel like there needs to be term limits for everything, because what's happening is those old people are not reflective of what's happening in actual American culture. Hence all of the pushback and blowback of Roe v. Wade. It's like the girlies are not trying to hear that on either side of the aisle. Nobody's trying to hear that on either side of the aisle. So y'all are out of step and you need to move aside. And I feel like that is what's happening. And honestly, that is why the Trump appointees were on the younger side, because they want to grow into these long tenured careers, these 40, 50-year careers where they are holding the country back for 40 or 50 more years. That's why Supreme Court nominations are important. So go vote. That's my
totally agree. We on the same soapbox. There was some other tragic news going on that I did not add, but just honorable mention. Of course, the biggest thing on the docket right now is this gun control in the various states. There was another mass shooting today. So for those people that lost their lives, I don't know what state it was in, but yeah, it was being reported when I was pulling the information about Clarence
and
Thomas
the Tennessee representatives just got put out for protesting that stuff. One of the guys got reinstated, but the other one is still awaiting what they have to say in Memphis. But yeah, it's just wild.
Crazy. It's crazy. Wild. Like, what the hell is going on? Anyhow, let's get on into the mess, y'all. Of course, drop your thoughts down if you have commentary about the pop culture, but we're going to get onto these shows. Where you want to start
first?
And
if you're watching anything, go ahead and drop it into the comments so we can cover your show first while you're here. Child, we want to talk to you.
Hello? All right, where do you want to start first, child, while we're waiting for the girls to roll in? I just sent it out to everybody that normally joins us, so they'll probably trickle in shortly.
All right, let's go to some you want to do Love is Blind first? Or you want to what?
Girl, yeah, let's get it out the way.
You want to wait for the girls? Let's get it out the way. Okay,
let's get it out the way. That there, Kwame and Chelsea. Chelsea is just delusional.
No, it's not going to end well. It's not going to end well.
Friend, the way you pop back in the screen, but she's just delusional. I just like, how do you not see that this man is not all the way in?
He's not.
Like, what?
And I understand what he's. And here's the thing with Kwame, I kind of understand what his trepidation is, like what his hesitation, because he is moving and starting his life over and moving to where her family is and all of her friends, and he's going to have to start all the way over. And that is not.
But why was that even the choice? I still don't understand that part. Like, how did we get here?
What do you mean? Why was it a choice?
So like, I don't remember seeing them have a conversation around like picking a place to reside. Like, why does he have to pick up and go to Seattle versus her? I mean, understandably, she works in an office or whatever the case, but like, why can't we figure this out? Why did an immediate he got to come be with you because his job is flexible, but his whole life is somewhere else?
Yeah, like, I agree with
I don't know. There just was no conversation around that, or they just didn't show us that.
Yeah, it was very much like, well, I go in the office and you don't, so, and my family's here and yours ain't, so, oh well.
But like, girl, what kind of shit is that?
It was not good. It was not good at all. So there was that. They just his sister does show up. Do you think they're gonna actually go forward?
I think he's gonna tell her now.
Really? Okay.
I feel it down in my shundo because he's so on the fence.
Okay. All right.
Like 1 minute he's all in, the next minute he's all out.
Okay.
He's like, I'm going to give up X, Y, and Z. I'll be shocked if he says yes.
Okay. So we have a prediction.
I would even say he'll say yes, but when we get the reunion, they're not going to be together.
I agree with that.
You know what I mean? Like,
wholeheartedly.
There's no long term here. I just don't see it. And
no,
I hate to say it.
I totally agree with that. Who else is up there? Bliss and Zach.
That confrontation between Bliss and her father with Zach, that was rough to watch. And I get that, like, he's already gone through this with another daughter, but like, it seems like because of that situation, you lost the relationship with your daughter. So address your, like, speak your mind, address your thoughts on it, and then be done with it. Like, this is her decision. Like, that's the thing that I hate about parents, when your child is like freshly in their 30s and they're making decisions for themselves and they're so staunchly set on, like, this is what I think you should do and what you're doing is stupid. Like, girl, well, what you think is irrelevant, sis, because do you pay these bills?
And he was kind of going on and on about how people nowadays are not committed to marriage. And I'm like, girl, you stay here with your second wife and second set of kids. Relax.
Judge yourself. Okay?
Judge yourself. Like, it was too much for me. Who else we got on here?
Our favorites.
Our faves.
The Blacks.
Tiffany and Brett.
I'm about to call him Blake. Lord bless it.
Ooh.
My bad.
Yes, they're so cute. They're so stinking
cute. I sincerely am just like praying that they make it like the first couple from the first season, the biracial couple. Mm-hmm. I'm just hoping that they make it, because the biracial couple, they still together, holding on, moving strong. They doing big things.
They absolutely are.
I sincerely hope that they are a success story, because these last few seasons have been a shit show with these people coming together.
Okay. I have not watched since the first season, so
well, here to tell you, friend, it's been a shit show. Okay.
And then what's the last couple? Micah, and I can never remember that guy's name.
Micah and Paul, I believe.
Okay.
They also have a similar issue with, like, deciding on a place to live.
Yes.
Micah is a transient, not transient. She's a remote employee, and his job is in Seattle. And so she's wanting him to, like, consider just coming to Arizona every now and again. And he's very like, if my job will let me do it. It doesn't seem like he has a desire to want to. And I think he even has said it to her, and also in confessionals, that he don't want to go to Arizona for nothing. Like, he has no desire to be there, even though that she is there. Thank you for the hearts.
And it's very much, she's giving, like, let's keep both places. And he's like, I'm not going to Arizona. You can keep it if you want to. I won't be there.
I'm like, why are we here? If this is how you feel, why are we here?
But also, in these people's defense, a little bit, they did this experiment in a certain location. And these people who are out of the location, coming from this place and that, expecting people to leave, it's like, well, you came in this, we can actually transition right now. You came in this city, and we expected to stay in this city. Let's move on to Ready to Love, because there's a nexus.
So, okay, Mark Anthony and homegirl. I ain't gonna lie to you, when Mercedes was like, she was gonna introduce him to her friend, I looked at the friend and was like, oh, that's his type. Like, and I hope that he don't, like, really show us that that's his type. But she was giving, like, it gave the energy of, like, oh, like, he's gonna come in and be like, oh shit, I done chose the wrong friend.
What really got on my nerves what got on my nerves about the entire situation is, again, literally, it's a Ready to Love Miami. Okay, people who come to Miami to live, they don't want to live in New York. That's why they're here. So why would you come and bring yourself to a dating experiment show, when you have not settled your life in said city? You're still going back and forth to New York and working in New York, and like, well, you can come back and forth. And it's like,
I mean,
Some
she
people would
can
be
because
up
she's a
for
flight
that.
attendant.
She can, like, she's in the best position to do it because she's a flight attendant. But also, if I'm a flight attendant, when I go home, I want to go home. Like, I want to go where I want to go and be where I want to be. I don't want to be going to New York sometimes because that's where you are and being down. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Don't nobody want to do that.
it could work, but that's not a situation that I feel like you should sign up for a dating show around. Like, you're in Miami. It's Ready to Love Miami. Why are you coming down here trying to make somebody move with you to New York? Like,
it makes no sense. It just gives that he didn't really think about any of that going into this process. Yeah. And I would dare say that not only did he not really think about that, he wasn't really going into this process for like a serious connection.
No, I don't think
so. It was like, this is something to do.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Very much that, yeah.
Because, like, why else would you put yourself in a position to have to put someone else in that position to make a decision as to, like, what are we going to do after this show?
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
I was shocked that she was the one to be like, nah, I'm cool. Like, I don't think that this is going to work out.
I was very happy for her.
Same. But I really did not see her making that choice. And I would be very honest with you. The people that made it to the end, I was very shocked that they even made it to the end. Dre being one of them.
Hello.
Well, like, what?
Dre is just weird to me. Like,
very much so.
It's like, I don't even know what this is. Like, he's just odd, and the hair got on my nerves, honestly.
And
with the ponytail half up, half down, but he only had like this much hair. It was just disturbing to me. And I could have even understood it if all of the back was grown in for him to do a half up, half down. But you have a mohawk trying to do a half up, half down. It's like,
it just looked crazy. I think,
with
you
the
know
one
what?
tendril in the front. Like, girl, sit down.
To his credit, his look is memorable for Ready to Love history now. People gonna always remember that crazy man that had the half up, half down with the teeny weeny ponytail at the top and a tendril in the front.
Terrible. So Cynthia, so he chose Jeffrey.
Jeffrey, the pretender, the great pretender.
They're not.
They ain't gonna be together come reunion.
No, they're not. And then, and so his other connection was with Cynthia, and so she chose the right thing. She did the right thing, thank God. And she chose Anthony, right?
Yes.
I'm so happy for her because it seemed like she was teetering between flashy and just like a good dude. And you could tell she's been doing flashy her whole life and she just needs a good dude right now. And so she picked the good guy. I hope that they're still together.
Child, I just don't see it. I don't think they're going to work out either.
Oh dear.
And these Miami couples have been very flaky and like to the point of like conversations that we've had before and just talking about like the culture of the people down there. You always have to kind of say that everybody just a little flaky.
They are. Everybody in Miami is a little flaky.
So I'm just like, I just don't see it. Yeah. It gives like she may be all in and she took this experiment seriously, but I don't believe that he did.
Okay.
I don't think that he did to the extent of like, you know, merging families and stuff like that. Maybe they'll still, you know, date and they still have like connection or whatever have you, but like that remains to be seen.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's get down to Tony and Morgan. Child was never so glad that this woman finally saw the light and let us all know that like she was not as crazy as we thought. Cause baby, I like the delusions of grandeur were astonishing.
And listen, I'm a therapy girly. We are both therapy girlies. But the idea that you have to be like freshly dating somebody and already in therapy is alarming. And he wasn't even going to go. So it's like, girl, maybe you should just pick somebody else. Just get somebody else to do it.
Please. But sidebar, did you notice that when they did like the tags for the family introductions and they showed Morgan, they showed her what she did and they put the age there and the age said 38. But I promise you, them first few episodes, it said she was like 40, 42 because that was the beef between her and Blake.
No,
because he was like asking her.
And she already always said she was in her late 30s.
Child, but listen, you know, I be watching the streets on YouTube with the people interviewing folks, and Blake even said in the conversation that he had with Ages and Stages, Rashid, he said that like he was some of the conversation that they had was cut out, but he was asking her like, he was like, well, she's like right up there with me. Like I'm 44, she's not 44 yet, but we in the 40s.
In the same, okay.
So I'm like, what is, so we just out here lying about people's ages now? We just changed it up. What is really going on? I don't know. Anyway, if y'all saw that and you clocked it, let me know, please. Cause
yes. So that was kind of that. We're gonna see the reunion is gonna be. I don't even know that the reunion is gonna be good, but we'll see.
I mean, it'll be a mess for the crazy Tony antics and Morgan.
Yes, and they are always going to give antics. That.
Yeah, because I want to know. I want to know the tea behind Natasha and Tony. Hopefully, she get to say something.
I'm less invested in Natasha and Tony of it all because I feel like he and Morgan were not a thing. Like this is supposed to be dating, and granted, he did break the rules of the show by doubling back. He's not supposed to do that. But hey, Anna, he's not supposed to double back. Anna, do you watch any Housewives show by any chance? I'm very, very curious.
We finna be there next.
But yeah, it's just, I don't care. I'm not invested. Know. It's just like whatever. They canoodled. It's fine. What do you want to do?
So here's the thing. I don't care to know anything about the canoodling of it all as it relates to like him having to tell Morgan. Kudos to him. He was up front and told her what happened. Okay, great.
I don't think he had to tell her.
What I want to hear from Natasha is like, how do you feel about you gone off of this show and now you're like being brought, like she threw that like a rocket launch at him. Like,
true.
And so what did that have to do with anything? She could have just said it without saying homegirl's name and then like dragging her through the mud.
I'm like, I hope she doubles down in it and it's just like, I am single. He was single. We were single together.
I'm saying, I don't think it's nothing wrong with it either. I totally agree with you. I'm just interested to see what her opinions are after watching the show and seeing her be brought back up like damn near, how many episodes was it? Like 7 episodes in?
She was like the first or second person to go. Like she was early.
Yeah. So anyway, we'll see how this all trends come next week. Where are we going next, child?
Do you want to stay on OWN or would you like to skip to Bravo?
Oh, we can knock out because I'm sick of damn Melody. I'm sick of Melody.
Oh my God. Oh, let's just do Love and Marriage Huntsville. Jesus Christ. She is awful. I've been saying it though. I feel like you've been trying to be on her side a little bit, but I don't be on her side.
Girl, when?
With Melody is very much I'm with you when you write. Like otherwise.
There you go. Okay. I give you that.
Otherwise, no thanks.
But the thing is, here lately, she is less and less right.
100%. The only time she's really right to me is when it relates to Martell, because Martell is always doing something extra above and beyond. The most. Yes. Like that prayer.
But I will get out again to
yes, Sherry, she is incredibly annoying.
We're with someone when they write. Okay. I'm with Martell. He totally he clocked how Melody interacts with women. And he said to Destiny that, like, eventually she gonna throw you away. That's what she do.
That's what she does.
And then
she already
enough,
did it.
She did it to Stormy.
Yeah. Hi, LA Slim. She just annoys me. And she's always like, oh, it's for my protection, for my peace. And like, I get that, but you can't isolate everyone. And also you're on a show. You're on an ensemble show that is based off of your relationships. So you've got to have relationships with these people. And Stormy was your homegirl. It's like if somebody is not loyal to her to a fault, she just dismisses them. And Stormy was not, I don't think Stormy said anything necessarily against her last season, but she was not like 10 toes down, like Melody can do no wrong. And I feel like Melody, if you don't give her that, then she is out. She doesn't want to be friends with you.
I don't know that it was anything to do with what happened on the show as much as it was the people talking in the Twitter streets, because Stormy's mom had a whole lot to say on Stormy's behalf.
Yeah.
And Melody had issues with Miss Wanda because of that. So I think it's the same thing, but like my thing is like, girl, talk to your friend. If that's really your homegirl, talk to her about it. Like she sat there and used her in previous seasons to go be on her palatial palace palace of a home to shoot her video and do her, the music video party release or whatever the case may be. Like it gives that she just uses people. And when you don't have anything else to offer Melody, then she chucks you to the side.
Yeah.
It just don't look good.
And I get rid of them
insufferable.
She is absolutely insufferable. Like I said, the only time I really agree with her is related to Martell. This episode is no exception, because why is he trying to make her pray at a certain time and a certain day and all the things? It's like, you pray, sir, you pray, and you pray that God change her heart to want to pray for you. That's what you pray about. You don't try to control somebody through a prayer and then you bring it up every single time you're around. Like, did you pray? Well, what about the prayer? What about it? What about it?
My thing is, he's looking. I think the prayer is just like an end, but he's looking for a way for them to communicate better so that they can be on the same team. And I understand where he's coming from, but it's just like, the person that you're dealing with, she don't want to have no parts of you. Like, down to the fact that she calling people from fucking burner phones. Like, who does that?
Yes, how you change your number and not tell a friend? Exactly, and that was Stormy's point. Like, how do you just up and change your and Stormy was like, and then she said you could have DM me. Stormy was like, I'm not DMing you. We supposed to be like, that shit, you my homegirl. I'm not gonna DM you. I'm gonna tell you right now, for anybody who I am friends with, if you stop talking to me and you change your phone number on me, I will not be DMing you. God bless. Not gonna be doing it. Hi, Joe.
Not finna do it. Because my thing is, if you change your number, then you supposed to tell the people that you friends with and your family members, like, hey, I changed my number. Boom, keep it moving. Like, this idea that somebody's supposed to DM you on social media and we know each other in real life. Like, it's one thing to just be sending jokes back and forth.
I'm guessing that you just don't want to talk to me no more. And I feel like that's what Story was like, girl, I was texting you. You didn't text me back. Right. Yes, LA Slim and then call on the burner phone. Like, girl, ain't no. And it's like a random number. Sis? That number probably came up as scam likely. Girl, you were lucky anybody answered that thing.
You better say that. It definitely came up as scam likely. But the thing for me too is it's like she's just so disingenuous, because then you want to go over there and have a Ponderosa. Shout out to Jackie Christie. I need to watch that show. But you want to go over and have a Ponderosa with me and Kiki, like everything is fine. And girl, it's not.
It's not.
Clearly it's not. And that's the same issue that Destiny had with her last year. Now, speaking of Destiny, where the hell was Destiny? Destiny got fired.
She's nowhere, because Carlos said she wasn't bringing enough to the table in so many words last year. So she's gone. Okay. The people said she was difficult to work with. But he did
an interview with her.
The people said she was difficult to work with, and the people did not want her there anymore.
Oh, I feel bad. I enjoyed me some Destiny, but
wait. LA Slim, she said she didn't DM Stormy when you needed her home for your video, and that's it. You called that lady.
That's what literally.
You called that lady. So don't be DMing me and calling me from a burner phone now. She would have had to DM me for that invite.
Crazy to me.
It's crazy. It is crazy.
And I like watching the preview for the upcoming episodes. They finna have a palatial fallout. Palatial is my word.
Because she has to follow everybody. They finna have a great fallout.
Because like, you full of shit. You full of shit, sis. Yeah. And you trying to sell this full of shit to the public, and it is not working, girl.
We're not buying it, sis. We're not buying it. So
at this point, you are the problem. And because of that, just get off this show and take your producer credits.
Yeah. LA Slim, what else are you watching? Are you watching any of the other reality shows? Yeah, it's just not going well for Melody. I saw that Lewis and Tiffany are back on the intro. I wish they weren't. They are so annoying.
Boring. They don't need to be on this show. I would rather have Destiny showing her life self than damn Stormy. I'm not Stormy. Tiffany and Homeboy. I don't even remember their names.
Lewis. They can go. Honestly, they can go. I see Letitia
on this show. No way, you bringing a life into the world. You need to be at home recouping and getting getting prepared for this new baby. You don't need no stress.
And then Tisha and her cousin Kiki. I guess this is gearing. She's gearing up to take Wanda's place, Miss Wanda place.
Must be a new friend to the show. Well, hell, she done took Destiny's place because she's pregnant. I mean, but look, that's all the more reason for her to be off the show. LA Slim.
It's like we've seen what the pregnant girlies bring to the table, and it's very little.
Hello.
And that's really what it is. LA Slim said she needed the check, and she did. And that's really it. I don't fault her. I'm just asking why casting had her back, because they brought nothing to the table.
I mean, well, shout out to Carlos King. If you watch his YouTube channel, he did talk about how Tiffany, she's one of those polarizing people. Either you hate her or you love her. And for that reason, that's why he wanted her on the show. But like, we're not getting any of that. Like, it's a couple of times where she just say the most random off the wall shit, and the rest of the time it's just boring.
And like, she'll start some random drama that's like way below the belt. You're like, girl, what are you even talking about? What are you doing here? You don't even know these people. You don't even know these whatsoever. People.
Who was it that said that basically she based all her opinions off of them from watching the show for previous seasons? Was it Kimmy? I feel like
probably Kimmy. That sounds like something that has common sense behind it. It's probably Kimmy.
Like, girl, you don't know any of us. You coming in talking about shit you saw on television, but little do you know, you don't see the whole story. You only see snippets of it.
They aren't. They are not. LA Slim. They are not giving absolutely anything. God bless.
They should just be friends to the show if you really gonna have them up there, because they boring.
They are so boring.
I'm sorry.
Beyond it.
Well, since we're doing Love and Marriage, we may as well finish with the DC crew. Did we talk about that the last time?
Well, I don't think so, but we can wrap that up fast, because you know how
the long and the short of it is like, I'm always with you when you're right. And to Joy's credit, she came because she wanted to, show up for what is her name? What is the girl's name whose party she went to?
Now I just forgot everything already.
I forgot their damn names. Either way, Ashley. She showed up. She showed up to Ashley's house because the holiday party is a big deal. She wanted to show up for her, and then it was a whole bunch of melee. And like, Ashley broke the fourth wall by trying to say that she was the one that put them on her, Joy and Clifton, onto the show. And for me, like, this is the only piece I'm gonna talk about because I don't care about none of the rest of what's happening. Girl, from the looks of everybody who's done interviews, with Carlos, all of them said that they were the ones who suggested Joy and Clifton join their cast.
And Joy and Clifton were already on our TV. It wasn't like she pulled them from obscurity. They came from another own reality show, child. Like, what?
And that's what Joy said. That's what Joy said. So it's just kind of like, girl, like, this is crazy. Either we gonna mend fences, or we just gonna be beefing. And at this point, it's they beefing. I'm interested to see if they're gonna get a reunion, what that's gonna look like. I want to say that Carlos said that it was a mid-season finale, so they must be coming back for
I think that's what's happening, because they did that with Love and Marriage Huntsville last season too, where they had like the mid-season break, and we was like, girl, where's the rest of it? So
I don't understand the point of that, but whatever. We'll see when they come back.
I don't.
So that's what happened there.
When it comes down to it, I'm a very much of a Joy person, which is why I don't ever need to be on reality TV, because I'm just like, girl, I'm not getting ready to do this with you, and I'm walking away. Like, until you push it, and then I'm gonna cuss you out, and I'm still gonna walk away. Like, I'm not going to be giving you drama. I don't give the girls drama like you need for reality TV, and that's why she shouldn't be on this show. Honestly, she is too just like cut and dry, straightforward to the point to be on such a show as this.
I mean, but she's still funny to me. Like, some of her one-liners in the confessional, she just cracks me up. So I don't know.
I agree, she's funny, but like, she didn't add anything to the mix to me anyway.
I mean, it's better than having the Samuels back.
I mean, I wouldn't be mad if they like got rid of some of the other two and built a show around Joy and Clifton and their friends. That seems like an interesting show. Not them other ones. Who cares about them?
Now that I would concur. So people down to the Bravo, or not Bravo, own folks, if y'all hear this, give us a shout out, give us some credit, cut us a check for the idea.
Yeah, man. All right. We are on. So let's finish. Did you watch Put a Ring on It?
Child, these people.
I'm not invested in these
Chance and Dunbar pissed me off. And I can't say that I didn't see it coming, but they pissed me off. Because, like, y'all
Yeah,
are wasting time. You are up here for your 15 minutes of fame.
that's
Y'all are
it.
not here to work out no type of relationship issues or any of the sort. And, like, no shade to the new doctor, but we need Dr. Nicole Beach. Because you can't cut it, sis. I don't know what's going on.
Well, Dr. Stacy called it with them when she sat down. She was kind of like, well, you want to be what he wants you to be. And like, what do
So
y'all need
why are
me
you
for?
here?
So like, why are you here? What do you need me
Mm-hmm.
for? Like, and then like the next week they're off the show. So I mean,
But
I feel like they should have been vetted better. Like it was very clear to me that these two people, it seemed like they were very much on the same page, and she was trying to get on his page. And so if that's what y'all are trying to accomplish, then what the hell are you here
why
for?
are you here? Yeah. And like I will give the new doctor credit. She did also clock in when she was like, Dunbar said, "Oh well, like I'm not depressed anymore. I'm not this anymore. I'm not that anymore. Everything's fine now." And she was like, "Oh, so you got better in a week?" Like, if you don't get out of here with this foolishness, sir, you are telling lies.
Listen, I like the new doctor. She reminds me of Miss Quad, and I enjoy it. She's like a toned down version. She's a version of Miss Quad that I can handle because Miss Quad be getting on my nerves sometimes.
Okay, I'm with
but
you when you're right.
She cracks me up. So this new doctor is like a toned down version of Quad, and I love it.
But her and Chance was combative as it is, and you could see that. But they literally, it was giving like we getting ready to have an argument. Like they were trying to have like a big show scene so that they could be memorable of some sort. You know what I'm saying? Because it was so much. One scene, homeboy is crying, having a breakdown, and trying to hold his tears back, which it just seemed like he's trying to put his acting chops to good use on television.
It gave me that he was feeling guilty for some of the things that he's done in the past.
I didn't believe any of it. It gave lies and fallacies.
It gave me, it felt very much like all of the abuse that he was talking about his mama receiving,
well, maybe I checked out and stopped listening. Because once I saw him like with the big wide eyed and cut to the confessionals, I don't know. I just, it just turned me off. Like you're not really going through this process with like real intention behind it. You just want to be on TV.
Yeah. So what about the other couples? Anything else of note? Anything else you can think of?
Joya and Jaisha, I like. I think that they are actively in the process and trying to figure out, where they land. I also appreciate how vulnerable Jaisha is as it relates to the dynamics between him being married and then divorced and trying to co-parent and what his fears are around co-parenting, and then also bringing new life into this world and having a relationship that could also end where he also is in another place to be co-parenting again. Like that was a really eye-opening conversation. So I have hope for them that they're going to work out and hopefully they'll be engaged at the end of the season. For the other couple whose names I don't even remember, I think homegirl just need to go on about her business.
She does. I don't think that he's all that interested. I think she was just there when he was ready.
Period. And
or
it's
he
like,
needed some comfort or something, and she just happened to be there. Like based on his exes, based on the woman that he was out with and chose to go on a second date with, that lady, she is not his type at all whatsoever. She was just there. And like her ex is some old man. So I don't see how these people landed together.
Weird.
It was very strange. He was giving.
I'm like, but girl, you told us. I wouldn't have told nobody that I was 20. He was 36. I wouldn't have told nobody that. Because you had no business dating that man.
As soon as he got on the screen, I was like, how old is he? I was like, he don't look like he in her age range, show
whatsoever.
So that's that on that. The new couple, have any thoughts about them?
I didn't get to see the new couple.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I didn't see that part. She just said she's introducing a new couple, and then I don't know, maybe I missed an episode, but I thought the last episode was her saying that she was bringing on a new couple. I didn't scroll down to see if it was another episode.
Okay, I think there may have been one more episode, because I think they
introduced that's my bad, y'all.
A new couple. Anyway, it's fine. We can move on. Where you want to go? Ultimate
We
Girls
need to
Trip
talk about
or Queens?
wait, what?
Ultimate Girls Trip or Queens of R&B?
Listen, we got to talk about the Ultimate Girls Trip because my goddamn Marisol, that's my friend with her drink.
Baby, when I tell you I'm trying to run into Marisol in Miami, okay.
Listen, go do legal for her PR firm.
I am trying to find Marisol because Marisol seemed like a good time to me.
And
the combination with her and Alexia plus Portia and Giselle is like everything I ever needed on TV. Everything. I love it.
This needs to be like, they need to have a spinoff of the spinoff because what them hoes is funny.
It's like I don't want to call it, well, Marisol is definitely auntie age, but like it's like they're Alexia, at the adult table and
no, she's not yet.
It's like they're at the adult table and Candace and them are at the children's table and they're just like, sit down, sit back down. Like that's the energy they're always giving. It's just like, girl, go sit down.
That's Marisol. Marisol, like, where's my drink?
Kandron, Whitney, and Leah. They always need a pacifier or a nap or something or some food. And
child, listen,
it's like they are the children of this show, and the adults on the show are like, "Girl, can you just please go sit down?"
Going over there with that. But Portia clocked it when she started calling Kandron PJ.
Yes, she was like, yes. So many tantrums all the time. The only person I will say, Giselle, that bottle, I looked it up on Total Wine, and it is $136. And if you are that pressed to find that $136 bottle of tequila, I want you to know that you need to renegotiate with Bravo because, like,
why was there only one of those bottles? The way y'all be drinking,
it's 6 of y'all. Why you only had one bottle? Why you only had one bottle, Giselle? You should have at least had 3.
But my thing is the way she was going off. It was like, did you buy that bottle? Is that why you tripping? Because that's some black ass shit. If people abscond with your bottle, you gonna be mad, right? I get it.
Well, but she did. She bought it. She said she brought it with her from the U.S.
No, I thought she said that they had to search around and then they found it on the last day.
Or maybe they shipped it. They might have shipped it to her, but no, she said that it was her bottle. It was specifically her bottle.
Oh, well, okay, never mind. I can't be mad at you, girl. That's some black ass shit. But girl, you got too much money to be tripping about $130 bottle. That's crazy.
That was my thing. It was just like, it's $100. I'm sitting here thinking it's like a $1,500 bottle of tequila or something. It's $136. Girl, relax. It's fine.
You know what? I might get that for my 40th this year because I want to try that. Everybody keeps telling me it's good. Maybe that'll be my birthday present to myself.
See what you just did there? A birthday present to yourself. Did it warrant going to Thailand and tearing up people's rooms and trying to search Portia? I mean, search Dehjai? No, it's not worth any of those things. It is worth you going to your local Total Wine and getting some for your damn birthday. That's
or ordering it if it's not present and available. Order that shit to yourself. Okay, I'm good for that. We'll order some groceries and alcohol in a heartbeat.
I'm just saying. You trying to tear up the house over this bottle, girl?
Oh my God! But those
you should have left it in your room.
them random scenes when they was coming back and it was Portia and Giselle and Pepsi taking shots and he was going crazy. And Portia was like, "The hell! I ain't giving you no more damn shots."
Okay.
Like, what is going on? Portia and Giselle need their own show of some kind.
Period. Like a real one, not that chat room stuff. We don't know. They need a real show because
they need to physically be together. Like, it needs to be on some Sweet Life with Paris Hilton and the other girl.
I can see that.
Again, if you take this idea, cut us the check. Okay?
And also run them down to Miami so we can have another Marisol and Alexia little moment too.
I'm just saying.
I just love that little crew. They just tickled me. Is that all we have for Ultimate Girls Trip?
Yeah, I mean, all that bickering back and forth and the carrying on, I don't care about that.
And bad weather, they get on my nerves. I like Heather, but Whitney stresses me out. Whitney always stresses me out.
Bitch, who is bad weather?
Huh?
Every time you say this, I fall out. Who is Bad Weather? You have to tell the people so they know.
Oh, Bad Weather. If you watch Housewives of Salt Lake City, you know who Bad Weather is. Bad Weather is Whitney plus Heather. Bad Weather. No, somebody on was it Lisa? I think it was Lisa on Housewives of Salt Lake City actually gave them that name. So that's what they go by, Bad Weather.
No, that's funny as hell because it is very fitting.
But I like Heather. Whitney gets on my nerves so bad. She's just so whiny. I can't stand it. And her
you know
voice
what I will say about Heather? them random scenes where Heather was drunk as hell in the room singing Candy song. That Candace's song. Remember she was there, drive back. Like, girl, what is happening? How much alcohol had you consumed?
And like this whole thing with Whitney, like, oh, are you a member of the church or not? Girl, why do you care? Why do you care? Whitney is always caring about something that is not her business.
Like, why is this a thing?
Why is this a thing? And that's why she got on my nerves on Salt Lake City too. Because it's just like, why is this a thing? I happen to be watching Salt Lake City right now as well. So just like, girl,
not interested.
This is not a thing.
I watched up until I want to say like the 4th episode because I was trying to get the tea on what was going on with Miss Jen Shaw. And I was just like, you know what? I can't do this. This is not catching my attention. These hoes is born.
They are. They really are. That's why it has gotten this far down to my DVR. Like, am I going to watch this or am I going to delete it? I guess I'll watch it while I'm getting ready for work or something. You know, like taking a shower or something. So you can let it play in the background.
Hello. While we down here in the Housewives crew, allegedly, Cynthia is going over to Beverly Hills.
Love it.
As a friend of Garcelle. I'm like, yes, we need some more Brown in Beverly Hills.
Love it.
That's very fitting for Cynthia. She got the Beverly Hills girls kind of money.
I love it.
So
let's go.
Yeah, I'm interested to see that. I'll definitely be tuned in because they were saying that Sheree Zampino didn't really give much as a friend, but she wasn't really on like that. I did too. She just wasn't there that often. So hopefully the 3 of them together will be like a better like trio. So we'll see.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Bless you. Okay.
Sorry, friends.
What is the last show that we have? Because I don't.
Queens of R&B.
Child, I am open to watching another like season, but like, what would be the story? Just the drama between the girls.
Nice.
Sad to see the Scott sisters have not made up in any sort of way. I hope that they do a reunion, but it's looking like that's not gonna happen.
Latasha's been doing press.
Really, all I got, child. Them Saints ain't buying that music, and if they are, I'll be shocked. I don't know that she gonna. I don't know that she gonna do that. Okay.
I will say I heard her song and it wasn't terrible. It wasn't.
Wait, nobody's saying that the sis can't sing. She sing down, but like the drama has been louder than the music.
But somebody had the video on this Naima on Twitter. Had the video on Twitter, right? And was like, nobody spell checked it. The "your" was wrong. It was supposed to be YOU apostrophe RE, and it was YOURE. I mean YOUR. It's like, God damn it. And then Rocky lying again, talking about he looked like he was lying. Talking about ain't no kickbacks. And everything I got.
And if I did get money, it's because I did the deal. But no, that's not how this works.
And then Latasha was like, yeah, sometimes we get a little bit, you'll get a commission if you book the deal. So that's all you had to say. And honestly, to me, what it sounded like is Tiny and Candy weren't mad at him getting the cut. It was a matter of him not disclosing that he got the cut. Like, why do we have to find out about it on the back end? Like, everything needs to be on the table. That's what they kept saying. It's like all the money should be on the table. So then we can see who get this cut, who get this cut, who get this cut, and we can have that conversation. And that makes sense for him to get a commission if he's booking a show. But like, don't be doing it and don't be sneaky on the back end.
This is why we all are convinced that he's the one that stole the money.
He's a crook. He's a crook.
He stole the money. Also, she got on. I didn't watch this, but it was said through some other social media stuff that Tasha got on Watch What Happens Live and tried to clean up her statement about them being in an open relationship and said that they're not in an open relationship, but that they have open communication. Girl, you said it right the first time.
Actually, Andy was the one that fed her that question, and he was like, he did not understand it to mean that they were in an open relationship. He understood it to mean that they were. So he fed her the question, and she took the opportunity to clean it up, child.
Now, come on now.
But Andy did feed her the question. The show looked good at the end. It looked like it came together.
I mean, I'm down to go see them perform. I'm sad that like now when I go, I'm not gonna see everybody. But they're
I'm gonna be honest, Latasha's voice, she has a beautiful voice. Her runs get on my nerves. They always have. They always have. I'd be like, girl, turn that off.
No, like I was telling my niece, I had my niece this weekend, I was watching the show and I was telling her that like these are songs that I grew up on. Like I went to see SWV back in the day when we was in the 757 and they was doing Jams Fest. you know, like
I mean, listen.
But I never got to see Escape, so I'm like, damn, now Escape is Escape. Like,
listen, we're not gonna get nostalgia of it all, and we love to see it, but I am okay that I would not have to witness Latasha over singing every single note that she has ever produced. I'm happy with that, honestly.
Well, all right then.
Okay. So if you stayed around this long, drop a music note in our
please do. I
in
like
our
that.
comments. Drop them down in the comments to represent.
Listen, he stole that money.
LA Slim said he couldn't even talk with all that stuttering. You know he got it. He got it. He stole it. He's a thief.
And he had the audacity to talk about you can't sign other people's checks. Yes, you can. It's called forgery.
And listen, let me tell you something. Also, if you do, I don't know when the time frame was, but if you do the checks on, where you deposit them from your phone, you can deposit whatever the hell you want to deposit.
You ain't lying.
And I'm not telling you that because I've done it. I'm telling you that because I work in financial crime. But
okay,
but trust me, you can get away with it all the time. LA Slim said exactly. Yeah, you can. What are you talking about?
But I'm like, you can. Even my thing is, people who say that stupid shit, you can't sign over a check that belongs to somebody else. Yes, you can. If the person endorses the back and gives you permission, you have to go to a physical bank counter to do this. Okay. But if they do that and then you deposit it into your account for them, and then you do whatever, it is doable. I don't know. I feel like they've changed the laws on that shit now because of all the fraud that was happening. That's in the last 20 years or 10 years to be exact. But like,
people do it every day.
I'm like that, bro. You lying. You saying this because you're trying to get people to be on your side, but don't nobody believe you. You look like you're telling us lies.
Listen, and your wife's last name is Scott. It's like a very could have been like, oh, it's a mistype or whatever. Like there's a million ways that this story goes away. Please, sir, please knock it off.
Okay.
So anyways, drop the music note if you stayed around this long so we can see that you too hate Latasha Scott's runs.
Girl, all right, y'all. Of course, like, comment, and subscribe. We will see y'all in the next conversation. We'll be back in 2 weeks. And bye. Thanks for being here, friends. See if I can do this at the same time. Oh, this did not end.